time frame in between bouts, especially when there was been a stoppage, it's typically based off of the doctor being tied up. It is required by the commission that there is a ringside physician, but a lot of times, especially when it comes to some of these smaller and local shows, there isn't the big cast that you have, like say with the UFC, where you're going to have multiple doctors there in store.
Gotcha. Thanks for that explanation, brother. We were all kind of wondering what was going on, but now we're back to the action, and here comes Micah.
You know, Ben, again, it just comes down to those little tidbits of being around this for so long and calling other shows, being in the mix of just knowing how that kind of shakes itself out and plays.
We need that background knowledge.
And for the first fighter of the evening coming out of Genesis Training Center, and it looks like in conjunction with 10th Planet Denver, we do see some UFC veterans in his corner. Coming out with him, we have Heather Jo Clark, as well as the other half of the main event, Rakan, wait for it, Adwan.
Oh, love that nickname. Wait for it.
Adwan. You know, I probably heard the best announcing of his name from Dustin Jacoby on the Fury card. Dustin just had a time with it and ran away with it. You want to talk about just a fun guy to have on the microphone. Dustin Jacoby is just one of those personalities that he's the life of the party in any room he enters.
Oh yeah, all the time, man. Gotta love Dustin.
Micah Haas has a lot of personality. You know, he's going around, wiggling his tongue all over the place in the crowd, making his walk. Interesting thing, he is missing his front couple of teeth. And yesterday for the ceremonial weigh-ins that were live on the Colorado Combat Club Facebook page, he did a big smile while flexing and said, "Hey, Mom," showing off his fronts to the crowd.
That's awesome.
You gotta love it. Again, a happy fighter is a dangerous fighter.
I love how he said what's up to Mom, too. Mom's got to be proud to see her ruthless and toothless son out there.
Absolutely. Now, this will be an interesting matchup in terms of the size, because you'll see as soon as Desmond Jones makes the walk, he is a little bit taller, he is a little bit longer. Whereas if you see a little bit more musculature to Haas, Desmond Jones comes to us by way of Team Physics in Colorado Springs. What is the last thing going through your head as you're getting the Vaseline applied to you?
Man, for me, it's just staying in the mindset, the good mindset, positive energy. It's an exciting moment, too, so it's also just kind of keeping that breath at a good pace or at a good rhythm, not breathing too hard. Just focus on being as comfortable as possible.
How do you keep yourself from getting too caught up in the moment?
Man, that's a good question. I think, like I said, it just goes back to what happens in training. You're in there every day doing basically this. The only difference is there's a bunch of people around, so once you make it through that thought process in your mind, it's all good. Man, you are right. Desmond Jones is tall.
And not just tall, he has some reach on him.
Yeah, exactly. He's long.
Micah Haas is feeling it. Kicking off the undercard, we have another elimination bout in the bantamweight division. That is 135 pounds between these two gentlemen. Haas is smiling at him like a maniacal.
That's what I was saying, man.
That's almost like a Joker smile.
Yeah, that's interesting. He's ready to go, man. That's fun.
He's got the hip roll. Absolutely. Yeah. Singleton kind of has just for those out there who may only be listening, he has kind of an Anderson type of build. Very short abdomen, but extremely long arms and legs.
That kick even surprised me that it was able to land from so far out.
Interesting movement. Micah Haas, a little bit more of a traditional stance as opposed to Desmond Jones being very, I don't want to say unorthodox, but
I would say unorthodox.
And a sprint coming in from Micah Haas. Micah Haas with the body lock to the takedown. Micah Haas over to side control.
Desmond Jones is so long, man. Yeah, every position, he just seems so long.
Now that is good defense, though, from the side control position right there from Desmond Jones, keeping him from passing over to Mount by lifting that right leg into the body of Haas.
Looks like he's doing a good job of maintaining control. Nice strike there.
Somebody's leaking.
Just as I said that he lets him up.
Looks like that might be a small cut on the left eyebrow of Micah Haas.
Both guys taking a deep breath after that first grappling exchange. Both of these guys making their MMA debut, so just maybe kind of realizing, oh man, I'm a little winded after that first exchange.
That same thing like you said earlier, like, oh wow, I'm in a fight.
Nice spinning back kick. Mike comes down with his in his guard, so it kind of caught him there on the side.
Haas has that same swag that you were talking about earlier that we saw from Ricky Belmontes. Very comfortable in there. But he did wear two shots coming in up against the fence. But then he's able to counter with a huge double leg takedown.
Great double leg. Brought the leg to the outside.
Clears his head. He's in a good position right now. He does have that arm. Now Desmond Jones has the left arm of Micah Haas locked up. But Jones is not out of deep water yet.
Micah maintaining side control, working the mount now. Now he's landing some strikes from the mount position. Working
right over to us now. Potentially we might see the setup to a head and arm triangle coming right in front of us. We're going to look to see the right leg step over the body.
Some nice damage.
Working him back towards the center.
Working his head up to the head and arm choke, it looks like, if he could step over, and he does.
Now he needs to work to get his hips down to the mat and start to slow squeeze.
Trouble now.
But he's using that shoulder pressure.
Short time. He looks to be okay now. Yeah, he's got some space.
What a first round. Great first round by these guys here in their debut. Yeah. Fun for sure. We did see a very, very deep breath coming from Desmond Jones as soon as he got it from the ground. Understandably so, given that he was attempted to be choked right then and there.
Micah Haas taking some deep breaths too.
Hey, he went for it there, brother.
Hey, both of these guys, like I said, they're making their amateur MMA debut. And sometimes all those nerves, that excitement, all that, man, it just zaps that energy, that gas tank, no matter how much you've trained.
But what's crazy though is from these cornermen, when you're seeing that there is some visible fatigue, that they're not on the stool. He has Desmond Jones' corner has his arms up in the air, kind of waving him out. But if he's fatigued, wouldn't you think that you would have the stool?
Agreed. Yeah, that's what I was saying a couple fights ago. You want to keep those legs fresh. Micah was on his stool in the first round. Desmond Jones standing up. Let's see how that pays off. Going into the second here. Gotta have those legs.
We know legs are important in the fight game. Just ask Deontay Wilder. Ooh. Spinning back kick there from Desmond Jones.
Micah needs to be careful there. Those legs are a little bit longer maybe than we think, brother.
Absolutely. If the butt of that heel comes slicing across that jaw, that's lights out. That's exactly a curtain call.
Exactly.
What a good combination,
nice
though, from
single leg.
Haas. Not only with that single leg there, though, Ben, he came in with a great blend with the low kick to then a cross and then sets up the takedown.
Agreed. He got Desmond kind of standing tall there, was able to lift up on that single leg and bring him down to the mat. Now he's in side control, or excuse me, half guard. Looking to pass to side control.
Going to pass to side control, or he could also look like, just based off of his head position, he's going to mount.
Full
Yep.
mount. Nice.
Great.
Wraps up the legs with the grapevine. This is a good position for Micah to be in.
Now he's
Desmond,
starting
I'd like
to
to
clear.
see him work right away. He needs to work hard right now.
He's established a great position. His posture is great. He's
Covering
starting
up
to rain
isn't going
down
to be a
punches.
good idea. Micah laying it on him early now.
But you have to give credit to Jones because he is scrambling. He's fighting from the bottom. He's doing everything he can
Laying
to
it
keep
on him
his
hard
space.
now. Referee taking a close look at the action.
He is right on top of it. There's not going
Can't
to be
take
too
too
many
many
more of
more of
those. And
those,
it's
yeah.
all over. Right there with the hammer fist. You saw the devastating blow, and you saw the head go down to the canvas. What a great stoppage right there. Did not let Desmond Jones take any more unnecessary punishment. You do have to tip your cap to both of these guys for making their amateur debut. And like the rest of the fight, or the rest of the fights this evening, what a show.
Micah Haas showing off his awesome smile after that big win, man.
I tell you what, I'm looking forward to seeing more from Micah Haas. That kid has some moxie to him.
Yeah, he's a fun guy to watch. That was a fun fight. Both guys honestly had some good stuff that they were throwing. I like that fight.
You know, Ben, sometimes alone in this game, confidence can get you far.
Oh, man, agreed. I mean, look at our guy, Conor McGregor. Look what it all did for him. So, believing in yourself, man, can't say enough about it.
And good to see that Desmond Jones was able to get to his feet on his own and is able to stand for the official decision. And here we are.